Hey guys, it's Lori. I was sick for a couple weeks with COVID-19. I guess it was or COVID, some form of COVID. Um, and it was in my lungs a lot. So, anyway, I've been off the air for a while. Um, there's a lot about to happen in the near future. I'm not sure when, but I want you to be prepared for when it does happen. Those who have dealt with their past feelings and their negative abrasions, and for the most part still have a very um, big heart, and you're living from a heart space. There is coming a time when this year that the world will just suddenly change. People will disappear from your life. And some are going to be on one world and some are going to be on the other earth, the new earth. The new earth will be full of authenticity and new ways of living and just new ways. And it'll be some of our most creative works in the history of the human race, that's for sure. I want to remind you that we're souls. We are souls inhabiting an earthly body, a human form. The importance is that our souls are kind of graduating from Earth, 3D, into 5D. And there were enough souls on the planet as of about 10 years ago that we had made the ability to split off and pull most of the people with us. And it's still growing now, even with all the chaos going on. The heart of almost every human is opening up wider and wider every day. The ones that don't like the injustices and the ones that see that we're all people with different colors, different cultures, different religions, but we're still people and we're still souls. And so we've been fighting for the greater good of all. And don't stop. It's beautiful. Do not put yourselves in danger at this time. Now is the time that we should sit still every day for a few minutes, twice a day, to center ourselves in our heart and get that mind and heart coherence going that I've been trying to get people to watch with Greg Braden talking about. And this is the Christ coming back, okay? And this is the ascension that they talked about. It isn't flying up into something, and it's not Christ coming down to us. It's us opening up and allowing Christ consciousness to come through each of us, and Sophie consciousness coming through all of us. And it comes from the heart. It's part of our soul. We're from the pleroma, from the greatest heaven, the highest heaven. And we we came here as mild, meek, beautiful, wonderful, little balls of gold light, wanting to see what this earth was all about. We've been coming here off and on for, I don't know, a couple million years. But eventually we got here and we forgot who we were. And then there was other beings here all of a sudden. And we were scaring them because we were in the trees and the animals and, the earth and the water. And some of us still are. The thing is that I want you to know there is no sin in God's eyes. That when you live in a society, yes, there's right and wrongs. Because we're supposed to be loving and caring and making space for each other. And caring. And compassion and have empathy. but what God sees is that we're in 3D and we are learning, we are experiencing things. And our curiosity is what got us here in the first place, because we wanted to know what source was, all of it, you know. So we wanted to know what the dark side was, and that's where we landed here in 3D. And we have learned what the dark side is. And we're seeing it more and more come forward, who our rulers are here. And they're very dark and controlling, but that's their species. Hang on a minute. I'm still trying to get over this COVID stuff. Anyway, that's their species. They are a different species than we are. And they were allowed to rule us as long as they helped with our evolution, which meant they had to tell the truth. So they've spit out all the truth, and they mixed it up with a bunch of lies, just like they did our religion. And our religion got changed and rewritten because they wanted to control us. They were afraid of the chaos that we might bring upon them. Not danger, but uncontrollable, powerful beings that we are. So they've really kept us hammered down, and we really haven't opened up our spark. Not many. There's a few, and it's a good thing to see. And like I heard from one of the guys, there's 350 million of us sparks out here. If we all wake up, we go, woo, 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 you know. And, I'm looking forward, we're just cloud surfing. You know, that's my next goal, you know, and flying, just in my physical form. And all this is possible, and it's getting ready to happen because we're getting ready to shift into 5D. And I wanted you to be prepared for it, because it's not going to be, it's going to be unnerving for you in the process of the transfer, the shift. And so just so that you know that when you wake up and there are missing people, it's okay. They're okay. They stayed back because they weren't ready. They weren't at that level to want to know more and be heart-oriented. So I'm hoping we bring back the likes of Lemuria and Atlantis, and we don't make the same mistakes again. That's what old Earth is about to go through. They have gotten, the powers here have gotten way too much knowledge from Atlantis and Lemuria, and it's dangerous because they aren't prepared. They aren't spiritually evolved at all. And I don't know that they can be, because I don't think they really have souls. Like they don't have a spark like we do. So they're not ready, and they don't want to learn, unfortunately. So the shift is going to happen pretty soon. This is for people who are going to be, I hate to say left behind. I just said one's going to be on one side, one's going to be on the other, you know. And we'll be able to touch bases and keep an eye on you, but we won't be able to be physical in the 3D anymore. So just so you're aware, and you can reassure each other that, okay, this is good, you know, we'll take care of this from here, you know. And just get with people and learn to grow. Learn to go inside, though. The kingdom of heaven has always been with us. It's never been separate from us. All knowledge resides in us. And so don't be afraid. Go inside. And anything you need to know, you'll know. And we probably won't need money or anything anymore. I'm kind of not sure how it's going to come out either. I just know that we will be 2 vibrations up of separation. And I don't know how much vibration it really is, frequency, but it's a big enough shift that we won't we won't be on top of each other anymore. And it's going to happen like the blink of an eye. So I don't want anybody to be scared. Just stand still. And the dark might try to scare you. They've put a lot of holographic material in the air, and they're utilizing it here and there. With the aliens that they've brought in and some of the ships you're seeing now and stuff, it's all part of the holographic to scare us. Do aliens exist? Absolutely. The Anunnaki actually made our physical form for our souls. And I told them I wouldn't mention them anymore. I hope they don't get mad about that. The powerful ones. But they made our physical form, and because they were asked to from the higher realms. And just don't be startled. And don't allow yourself to get too caught up in some of the stuff you're seeing. A lot of it is just simply holographics. Looks real, similar to the AI stuff they're using and putting out. Can't even trust the internet anymore. But you can trust your inner self. Sit outside. It's going to be warm the rest of the week. Sit outside. Let your feet touch the earth. You've got to ground with the earth because she's moving too as far as her consciousness, because she's a big consciousness. She's an entity herself, and a goddess of this planet. And so she's going with us, and you need to get outside and ground and let all negativity go. Let me tell you why I told you there's no sin. Because God knew that you were going to have experiences here, and our curiosity made us want to experience everything, every emotion, every tragedy, every disaster, every possible. Believe it or not, we wanted to experience it. So don't hold it against the rulers. They did what they were supposed to do. And that was help us evolve. And I don't think they understood how much we would get caught up in their play game, because, that's what we like. We're curious, so we're going to experience it all. But now it's time to move. And so I'll tell you the story I was told, okay? Once upon a time, in the high heavens, there are spirits, golden light beings, that like to wander around the universe. We've done all the creating we're going to do, but we want to see what everybody does, and we found a tear in time and space, and we saw this beautiful blue and green planet thing, and we're looking through, and we're like, wow, what's that, And we kept going in and exploring it, the waters and the rocks and the trees and the plants. I mean, some of us would just live as a leaf or a piece of grass, blowing in the wind until it died. And then we'd move into something else. But we experienced everything here before there was ever even an animal. Then animals started showing up, so we had to, go see that, and experience that. And then some beings started showing up from other stars. And big things were going on, but we were still just spirits, and we were just watching, and we were still part of the earth and the animals by then. Then we stopped going home. We used to go back and forth, and eventually we just kind of got curious to see what these beings were doing, and and they were alien to what we became, to our human form. They were alien to us, once we got a human form. Anyway, we were curious, and we forgot who we were. So the higher beings from heaven came down and asked if there was any way the Anunnaki, the powerful ones, could create a form that could house our powerful souls, because they're powerful. They're not small potatoes. They're powerful, and they needed something that would house. Our soul could be in it and around it, and it would handle it. The physical form could handle that kind of energy. And they said, okay. And it took them a while. That's where we get the mythology for animals that were horse and winged, and, different, the centaurs that were part human and part animal. There was a lot of experimentation that it took to finally find a form, and we wouldn't go into it yet. We saw them make it. We didn't go into it. And so then Barbello had to come, and she had to put us in the form, so that we knew where to go. And then, okay, and that's how our form became. And now, for about 200,000 years, it didn't, it wasn't working real good. It wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't working real good. So Nanan, one of the Anunnaki, married to Inky, who is, they're the known genesis, the genetics of the crew. She realized that what they needed was their blood added to this human form that they created that would house our full soul and help us evolve, so that we would remember who we were and it would handle that kind of energy. So she did that. And then henceforth, that's why we have an unusual DNA. All of it's unusual because none of it was ours. We were spirits, where we are always golden light beings. We aren't anything else. Sometimes we take a form when we visit other realms, but we can just make ourselves into a form, whatever, And so anyway, that is the story I was told. Now, they were allowed to rule us. That was okay, but there was a real strict accord drawn up that anytime they were going to do anything that would involve us in any big way, we had a right to say yes or no. We have a right to consent or not consent. Anything that touches our soul, we do not consent. And that's what having an insert of electronics in our head would do. Because they know more about how we operate than you do. That's why I keep trying to post as much as I can, so that maybe some of you will read it and understand it, or at least remember it. But that's why this process of separating us at this time is speeding up. They want to keep us because they want to keep our soul, our light, our soul energy is never ending. We're one with Source. And now they can't get our light, not our golden light, not our consciousness. They'd like to, but they can't. It goes off if we're not. If God can't read us, it's not on. So, so I guess I'm trying to tell you all this because I'm trying to tell you that you are super, super duper powerful beings, and you're centered in love and curiosity and nurturing and compassion. And that's what Jesus came to tell you back in the day. And he's been here through many other identities, and so has Sophie. And Sophie is the one that helped create the 3D. There was problems in 5D, and there were visitors, and it got to be too much, and there was a separation between male and female because Anunnaki don't have they don't believe that the women are just as equal, and in heaven we are. The rest of the known universe we are equal, but not with them or here. That's my biggest issue with them. Same with Sophie. But I'm trying to tell you that you have to seek inward, for God, for Christ. And the consciousness raises from your base of your spine, up your spine, and it wakes up your pineal gland, and that's your direct link to God. But I assure you that once you start talking to the God within, Source will never leave you alone. You're never disconnected. You just think you are. You just think you're separated, but you're never separated. You just have to say, hey, wake up, I need to talk to you. You know, I want to be whole now. I want to remember who I am, what I am. And spend whatever days we have left here, whether it's 3 months, 6 months. It's anywhere between now and August 12th. So, center yourselves. Teach your family how to center themselves. And just center yourselves in love, but get to deep breathe. It's deep breathing, 15 minutes a day, twice a day, 3 times a day. Ground. You got to get out there and ground yourself, walking in the dirt, walking in nature, sitting in nature, but you got to get your feet in the dirt. And there's a lot of you that are paranoid about dirt. And that's silly. But, you know, if you get a parasite, all you got to do is do a parasite cleanse. You're not going to get a parasite. I've been doing it for years and never got parasites or worms or nothing. So, and I'm always barefoot outside. But that's what you need to do. Now, walk on grass if you want to, but I like the dirt because then I'm getting the full vibration of the dirt. It will help your energy field cleanse itself, and it will reinvigorate it. And I always go up to the tree and I ask, my Odin is my tree, and I ask him, I said, well, will you take this excess energy from wherever and just please transmute it into something good for the earth or for the front yard or yourself, you know. The reason we need to really respect nature, because there's a lot of you that don't believe we should or need to, but we do. We take from nature all the time. We take from the planet. But we're real slow to get back, and we're real slow at being conscientious about how we take it. Are we thankful? Are we blessing the ground that we're digging up? No, I'm just as guilty, don't worry. But I'm saying that's where we need to get to, again, because we used to work with nature, and we need to do it again. And she needs that love. She needs to know that we're encouraged, we're excited about all this, and stop watching the drama. It's a drama show. They're trying to keep us down. They're trying to keep us off center because they know that this is our time. This is our time to rise. And they do it to us all the time. They start world wars. They do this, that. Don't fight. Don't go. Walk away. Ignore them. You want to get even? You want to stop them? Just ignore them. And center yourselves. And then find whatever makes you happy and give yourself a couple hours a day doing just what makes you happy. Whether it's listening to music, walking in nature, having a quiet cup of hot tea or coffee, calling your family, or sitting in silence. I like that one more and more now. And I apologize for sending all the negative stuff out there, but I wanted people to see that there is something huge going on that none of us were aware of. We weren't aware of the rulers. We weren't aware of who they were and what their function was. So we need to thank them because they provided they provided everything we needed to grow. And it's okay. But there is nothing wrong with your soul. So when you die, and you go to this light, I'm not going to the light, but I know where to go. But you can tell them no. You don't need to make up for anything else. It's over. You're going home, where the original light is, and that's where you're going. And turn and walk into the dark. You'll find, your soul will find the gate. Or ask Jesus to open it. He will from the other side. It's free will is not free will if you do not know all the facts. So I've been trying to stick all the facts out there for you so that you can make a free will decision. Now, if you want to stay and go around a few more rounds, it'll be about 2,000 years before you'll be able to leave again. So, but that's okay. I mean, it's 2,000 years in an eternity. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. So, do what you want. It sounds pretty good what they're going to try to offer, but I know the souls that are from the pleroma will not enjoy it at all. And you're the creative ones. You're the ones that are woohoo and doing the wild stuff and doing the, crazy stuff because we know we can. And that there is no guilt or shame in it. Let that go. So you made some mistakes. They were experiences. That's all you're here for. Experiencing everything. And that's what you've done. So no guilt or shame anymore. Throw it out the window. Spit it out. Let it go. Because you're going to walk into heaven again as the perfect soul. You just were out experiencing shit. That's all. That's all this trip has ever been, is an experience. Don't take it personal. Go ahead and pull yourself up with your bootstraps and say, you know what, I've always wanted to do this, and if I've only got a few more months, let's try this, Go ahead. I can't wait to get to 5D so I can cloud surf. So, love yourself. Love yourself immensely right now. And forgive yourself. And forgive the world. I'm forgiving them. Because I realized just in the moment of expressing all this that they actually gave us everything we wanted. We wanted an experience. We wanted to feel the wildness, feel the ugliness, and, we wanted it all. And we got it all. The cycle's about complete for them, too. And they're going to change their cycle, and it'll be different for the ones that stay behind. And I'm not going to ruin it for you. It's just going to be different. Just remember that even if you should put something in your head and it's electronic, you can override it. I did. You just put your hand up here, and you put an energy force in it because you got a lot of power in that hand. And you can override it. And that way you can get to source again and just say, hey, I want to go home. Tell me how to do it. But I love everyone. I love And I love humans more than anything because I don't care what we've been dished out from the rulers here. We have always, always loved each other and cared. And we made do with whatever we had. From the ones with nothing but sticks and stones and mud and leaves to poverty. I mean, how many levels of poverty are there? And then you have how many levels of middle class? And then how many levels of rich and richer and richer and bizarre rich, We have done it all. And I think we've done a pretty good job. I have spent several lifetimes as a pharaoh or a queen, empress or whatever, or working for the pharaoh or the king or whatever. This was my maybe third lifetime, fourth, living with the people. And this time I was actually one of the people. I've had a couple lifetimes like that, but this one was different because I was born with my full power, my full awakening. I was already awoke when I was born. So I had a completely different expansion as I'm growing up because I was an observer and a witness. Now, the things that I learned the last 3 or 4 years about my life and how my parents thought about me and my sister really shocked me because I was always worried about them, so I didn't really worry about what they were thinking of me because I was worried about them. I wanted to protect them, wanted to protect my sister from all the goons that she ended up running around with. That were high-class goons, but they were goons. She couldn't see it, though. So anyway, it shocked me to find out how betrayed I've been by my mother and my sister, and now my kids, and it's been a shock to my system, to say the least. But I had to learn that even our families, as much as we're family oriented and we're real protective and we're this, that, I had to let go. They have to protect themselves now. They're adults. You have to understand that you might not be their spirit family because we don't always come with family when we come here as our little sparks of consciousness. Our star families are out there. And I do have more of a star family because I don't live in the pleroma all the time. I like the 7th dimension myself, 9th and 7th. So I like to travel in the universe too, a lot. And so I'm just saying, you can heal your body, you can heal your life. There is no reason to suffer anything. And you can scream from your gut and let it all out at once. Real sharp. Bam! And let all that pain out and walk away from whatever it is that's been hurting you. And live. What I'm trying to tell you right now is live like you have never lived before. Whatever it is you wanted to do it. And heal your bodies. You can heal them yourself. All you got to do is tell it, hey, I love you, and I'm ready to go back into working order 100%. There's a knot back here at the top here, between your shoulders, right below your neck. If you tap that 39 times and tell it, I am resetting you to perfect condition. And boy, your DNA will start acting up, and not acting up, but it'll start going to work, and it will reset your body in physical form to its best working beingness. Perfect. So, live. Just live. Ignore the drama. Because if you look at it from an objective view, it's a drama. Do you think anybody will get charged or really written up? Or, they're going to find a couple dummies out there in the elite class that are on the lower ends of the totem pole that they're going to make a point of. But they will not make charges against everyone because they're the ruling class and they do not live by our same rules and standards. However, you have the right to say we do not consent and we do not consent to being ruled anymore. You have that right because we've grown up that big. And it's our time. So just tell them. I'd send letters and emails to the Congress and Senate and whoever the supreme judge of the earth is, which I believe it's Baal, and tell him that we are wanting our sovereignty completely from all ruling class, period. We want our own governance now. And we'll make mistakes, it's no big deal. But we'll do it differently, that's all. And they won't like it, because it'll make them nervous. Everything makes them nervous. So, I guess that's all I got tonight, but I wanted to let you know that. What came up was a song I learned at a church one time. And I was a youth director there and for 1 year. But there was one song they did that I absolutely loved. And it went like this. Let's see. Man and wife asleep in bed. She hears a noise and turns her head. He's gone. Two men walking up a hill. One disappears and one's left standing still. I wish we'd all been ready. I wish we'd all been ready. That song stayed with me for years, but it started playing in my head tonight, so I thought I better speak about it now because it may happen sooner than August 12th, but it will happen between now and August 12th. And we need to be proud and happy, but we also have to realize that, and you need to really understand this one so that you can feel like it's okay to do this for myself, because I'm one of those that's the savior type, I want to save them all. And it's taken a lot for me to stand down from that. But the thing is that for our lessons here and for learning, having the full experience here, there is a large portion of the populace that is not real. It's background people. So don't feel guilty because some of our family might be, some of our friends might be just background people. Just bless everybody to their highest good and trust that they will be wherever they're meant to be. And that it's okay, because when I went up to talk to God, which I did, I went up all the way to the Pleroma, and I said, I need to know, what if not everybody gets to go? What if not everybody's not ready, And what he said, he kind of chuckled, and he said, Mari, that's my spirit name. He said, Mari, what's the difference right now? He goes, they always come home. He said, what's another 2,000 years? They always come home. Always. They always find their way home. I said, okay. So I don't have to worry about it. You guys always find your way home, so I'm letting go of that. And but I wanted to give you as much information as I could before, I just disappear. Or everybody disappears from me. And, I'm worried about that too, because I've been fighting the powerful ones and the fallen angels and stuff here, and because I've been a little angry at their methods of control. And I find it rather despicable. And they know it. And I did kind of put my foot down on a few things. So, and you have the same kind of authority I do. It's just I'm aware of mine. Get to know yours. And then no one can tell you what to do. And if you're a woman, you rise and you love yourself fiercely. And you become whatever you wanted to be. Doesn't matter what it is. You be you. If you want to be sexy and fun, or if you just want to be, I'm at a point where now I just want to be in comfortable, loose-fitting clothes. And don't feel like making myself look all sexy and all that for any man. Unless we get along. And then that's between me and him. Don't let society tell you how you have to dress. Don't let society tell you how you have to be. There is fulfillment for souls like us. Fulfillment. And it comes from the smallest things in life every day. Like today. What brought me joy was hearing the joy in the birds today. They were happy. And I was like, listen to them. They're so happy. I love it. And there are good things happening every day all over the planet. They just don't want you to see them. You have to dig for them. And take a look at Africa, what they're doing right now. And I post some of those because I'm really impressed with that young man. And we can do it here, too. And get to know the Netherlands and Sweden and Switzerland and, Finland, Greenland. I don't know what New Zealand's doing, but I haven't paid much attention there. But start digging for the good stuff, the things that make our world livable and fun and healthy. Learn how to healthy up things real quick, and you got more. Your energy. You have the power to heal others. You have the power to heal the earth just with thought and energy. Love energy. That's all it takes. And it'll all start working again. Don't let it feel left out, the earth, from your blessings. Your family, your friends, whoever. Let the earth know you love her too. Walk gently when you walk upon the earth. And get to know the Native Americans, all of them, because they still hold the keys to Sky God and Mother God. Earth is Mother God. Sky God is like the sun, like the central sun in the universe. And are there aliens? Yeah, there are. But if you're not ready for it, you won't see them. You'll be left alone in areas to help you get used to and acclimate to 5D energy, frequency, and lifestyle. And so don't be afraid is what I'm trying to say once you get there. And but start really breathing through your heart all day, because that's what's going to give you the energy and the expansion in your own spirit to make this transition. So I love you. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. My email's always in there in the details. Have a good day. I love you. Lori out.